Buenos dias and good morning from here in Mexico. This is not my dream anymore. This is not my dream anymore. As much in my mind I want to think that it's my dream, it's not my dream anymore. And why do I say that? Why is this guy talking to me with a beautiful view, telling me it's not his dream anymore? Probably has sleep all in my face because I just woke up from the tent back there. But I say that because a lot of people are living in an expired dream. Living in an expired dream. We're going to dive into it real quick. I just kind of woke up. I actually just bought this shirt. A little bit wrinkly. I'm not camera ready, but we got to dive into it. Living in an expired dream. And I say that because some of you guys had the dream of something. Maybe when you were younger, you didn't get to fulfill it until now. And now you're over fulfilling it. You're wanted the cup of coffee, and now you're just pouring it, and it's overflowing. You don't even like coffee anymore, but you're still doing it because in your mind, it was the dream. So it has to stay the dream. And I say that because I'm leading a tour. I'm guiding people, actually. New groups of people, helping them go through Mexico and go to these different places. And at the same time, I'm visiting them as well. And as I do it, they're going to places that I realize, like, for once, like, it's so easy for me to do this kind of work because it's like what I love to do anyways. And I realize I'm doing things that at one point in time is what all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was be on a beach with coconuts. That's all I wanted. Ever since I saw, I think, Sorella Moore outside of her home, she had a pile of coconuts. She woke up in the mornings, beautiful sunset, and opened the coconuts. That's all I wanted. And that became the dream. And in that, fulfilling that dream and keep going in the dream, I got lost. And I found another dream. But because it wasn't the original dream, in my mind, I was like, well, maybe I got to be seeing things. It's not true. I got to keep doing the same thing. For some of you guys, that's partying. For some of you guys, just going out. For some of you guys, it might crazy be traveling. I don't see how that can ever get old, but maybe for some of y'all it is. Or going to a work or having the dream job, and it's expired. And the question is now, when are you going to finally accept that? Because once the dream expires, some of y'all aren't going to want to hear this. You're not going to want to hear this. Once the dream expires, it starts costing you in ways that you can't even imagine. As I've been on this beach, we've been on this beach for about 3 days. And it's really cool because we can have the ability to stay here, we can stay here as long as we want. Or stay here another week, no problem. Or another month, no problem. And the crazy thing is we're not paying to even sleep here, so it's like crazy. You can just camp on the beach. And I say that because it's like, it's costing you something, especially if your heart's not in it anymore. And for many people out there living the expired dream, your heart has not been in it for a long time. Even though at one point in time it really truly was. And I say that because my heart goes out to you because it's a scary feeling. It is a scary feeling to realize that this was my dream and now it's something that I don't even like doing anymore. Like once I got to Bali and I stayed there for a few months, probably after I crossed the 1 year mark, walking on the beach at sunset, it didn't get old, but it's not the dream anymore. And for the ambitious people, my ambitious people, like who have big dreams, it's okay to have the dream change. It's okay. It's okay. I know you wanted to be a lawyer, but now you love photography. I know you want to be a YouTuber, but now you love motivational speaking and helping people, Luke. I know you want to work at that job. I know you want to do coding. I know you want to do this stuff, but you're being called to something else. How much longer are you going to run from your calling? How much longer? And I say this as kind of a wake-up call and at the same time to let you know you're not alone. There's many of us, many people who started off doing one thing and branched into something completely different. And honestly, if you look at the greats, if you look really at the greats, they've all branched, they've all had something continuous that they've done, but it's looked different in different forms and different things that they've done. Two of my biggest heroes in my life, I probably have about 3 or 4, but 2 of the biggest ones that I have at that time were Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and Michael Jordan, MJ. And I noticed at 32 years old, MJ left playing basketball. Then I noticed, like, how could you do that? You know, we could dive all in that. Why would you do that? You're the greatest, you're the best. You're like, why would you leave? Then I looked at The Rock. You left wrestling at 32. What'd you do that for? You were the star, man. What'd you do that for? Because I've realized, and it was all controversial. When they did it, it didn't make sense. No one wanted them to do it. But what I realized is that as they did it, it was to pursue something bigger. And not only did they succeed in it for themselves, but they inspire people that they didn't realize. And some of you all are going to be doing that. As you branch into things, you're going to be inspiring people that you didn't even realize existed. As I've branched into doing the things that I do, I've made way more money. I've had way more impact. I've had bigger days. I've had longer days. I've had more fun doing it than I did when I did things in the expired dream. At some point in time, you're going to have to jump again. Oh, but Luke, I worked so hard. You don't understand, Luke. Like, yo, trust me. Like, I look at my YouTube videos, like I made 1,266 travel videos. But my heart wanted to reach deeper into people. My heart wanted to really, like, touch the souls of people. And I can do it from an entertaining way, but why not just give them the straight stuff that they need? And let's see what happens when those people come into our life. Because those opportunities became massive. But that led to other things. That led to me doing stuff on other platforms now where it's only travel and it's so fun. And I'm just like, wow, you know? Not like follow your heart in everything, but don't ignore your heart. If there could be a message. Like, you don't have to follow your heart in everything. Your heart might lead you into trouble sometimes, especially if you don't know the sound of his voice. Oh, that's deep. Especially if you don't know the sound of his voice. But don't ignore it. The cost of ignoring it grows exponentially with every single call. Every single call. So the question that I have for you, my friends, are you going to keep going in this dream you know is expired, that you've put all your effort into, but maybe now you're realizing, oh, you know, maybe it's time. Are you going to keep doing the thing that's not really working? And here's a writer downer, as my friend Eileen, I say friend, but really a mentor, Eileen Wilder says, you really can't stop working on what's not working. You can't really stop working on that. So with that being said, if you're in and living and trying to make light of the expired dream you're on, let this be the call for permission. Let this be the video you needed, the sound you needed, the words you needed. It's probably only 1 or 2 sentences from this entire video. It's okay to get lost in the dream and find another one on the way. Because one of my favorite quotes is, it's not about the book you read. It's about the book that it leads you to. So what if life, not even life, but what if things weren't even about the things? What if the dream wasn't even really about the dream? What if the dream was really about what the dream is going to lead you to? It's important to take the bus. It's important to take the metro. It's important to take the flights. And one of the things that I realize that's even more important is knowing when to get off. Be blessed. Love y'all. It's time.